welcome to the Whisky Dan radio show. I'm doing beer again because that's what he brought was beer, so yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
This is Outlaw.
Just Outlaw?
Yeah, just Outlaw.
Outlaw and Whisky Dan, man, we're at it. We got a Shiner Premium beer, which is not the Shiner Bock. Most people are familiar with Shiner Bock, but Shiner Premium is their Pilsner. I believe it's Pilsner. I don't know. It's really good. It's one of my more favorite Pilsner. I mean, it's good. It ain't Old Milwaukee good, but it's pretty good. What do you think?
I'm real familiar with Shiner beers. I don't drink beer a whole lot, but when I go to a Shiner, they never let me down. Premium's probably my favorite Shiner beer besides Bock. But, yeah, Premium's definitely my favorite.
Yeah. I like the Premium because the Bock is like a little heavier. The Premium is just, it's like I said, it's your standard Pilsner. But I don't know, it's got like a real good like Texas kind of flavor to it. And unless you've had Texas beer, I really can't explain what that tastes like.
It's almost like a light beer.
Yeah.
It's good for barbecues.
Yeah, it's good like when it's hot as hell outside, like how it is right now. It's nice to have one of those. It's definitely like an after work beer.
This is Texas Gatorade.
Pretty much. It's like right out. It's like sucking it right at the gator titty. You know what I'm saying?
They need a nipple tip Shiner.
Dude, now we're getting somewhere. But I like Shiner Premium honestly more than Shiner Bock because Shiner Premium is just like, hey man, I like drinking Shiner beer and not everybody drinks this. And Shiner Bock is like, I fuck sluts in my Duramax.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. And I don't have an issue with Shiner. I have an issue with like a lot of people that drink Shiner because it's like I go to the square dancing hall every Thursday night because the chick's getting free and I'm going to take me home a fat one.
Yeah, a lot of the Texas country singers give Shiner beer Shiner Bock a lot of shout-outs. Jason Boland, Cross Canadian Ragweed.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, it's good. It ain't Old Milwaukee good. But you can get a 12-pack of it for, I think it's right around $15.99, $16.
Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but if you got a bonus on your paycheck, it's definitely worth it. Granted, it is only a 12-pack, but I think if you're looking, if you're trying to get out of that, Old Milwaukee PBR and Bud Light, and you want to break into the higher echelon of beers, this is definitely something to go into. You really can't go wrong with it, especially if you if you're drinking. Like, say you're drinking Miller High Life and you just want something better, you really can't go wrong with Shiner Premium.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It comes like a gold foil box. It's pretty easy to stand out.
It's basic looking, but it's vintage. They got the scroll on there. Mm-hmm. It looks like it could be from the 60s. Really nice.
Like, honestly, it kind of reminds me of like the Miller Lite cans. The white Miller Lite cans that they came back with a couple years ago now. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like I know how like Coors, they'll do like a vintage looking can every once in a while, but Shiner kind of keeps that same can. Also, I just think it's neat that it comes from a town that has like 1,100 people in it, and it's like the main part of their town is that little brewery, and that they've held out for so long from getting bought out by like a big macro brew. Because like I really like Ziegenbock, but it is a subsidiary of Budweiser, so you do get a lot of
Like, a lot of people haven't even heard of Ziegenbock, but it is actually really good beer.
Yeah. Like, usually when I go up to the pool hall, they do a tall Ziegenbock for like $7, which is...
Dang.
I mean, granted, that's like more expensive than a 6-pack, but, you're at the bar, and then, like, it's like 24 ounces of beer. It's a lot of fucking beer, but...
I'd be gone after that.
I usually get about 2 or 3 of them. I have to call my brother's roommate, like, hey, can you give me a ride home? That did happen. That actually happened. And then I bought him a 6-pack of Killian's Red as exchange. Because I didn't kill myself driving home.
That's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, I think I've had more than one occasion where I'm at the bar, and then I'm like, it's time to go. And I'm like, I can't go. I'm like, all right, who's still up? So, don't drink and drive. I do not condone drinking and driving.
Nope.
Or drinking then driving. But always have a DD or have a backup plan. But, yeah, Shiner Premium beer. Definitely worth it if you got a little bit extra coin in your pocket. Granted, I like to stick to the cheap beers because I'm a broke bitch. but I want Outlaw here. He wanted to bring something a little nicer to the table, which I can't blame him. I wouldn't want to drink the horse piss that I drink if I didn't have to. But
Old Milwaukee.
Hey, listen here, MFer. Old Milwaukee is the shit.
Hey, I'll crank my hog to that one.
I'll crank my MF and hog to that. Speaking of cranking our MF and hogs, I don't know how we have a segue. Anyway, so you work in blue collar, right?
Absolutely.
And now, and this is just because I don't work in blue collar because I went to college because I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm only 13 can dead. That's like a Nissan Sentra. That's not even that bad. But
Not bad.
With blue collar, though, it's like the pros of blue collar. It's like, one, like pretty solid pay. It's a respectable job. And then like other people respect you because you can like take pride in the craft of your work. Cons of it, you work with complete dumbasses.
Absolutely.
90% of the time. You have to work outside where it's hot as shit or cold as shit.
Raining.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the weather. Like, you're still out there. A lot of times you're driving forever to get that job. And once again, you work with complete fucking dumbasses.
Mm-hmm. I drive 8.5 hours to West Texas where I work. And it's worth it, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
At the same time. My time off, all I can think about is that drive back, and it just sucks.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I only got 3 more days out here, and like, oh, and then 10 hours of driving, like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
real cool.
Monday is my day off, but I have to spend it driving back to work. So
Yeah, so you're like, well, that kind of burns into that,
Yeah.
and then, well, because you used to fly out there a little bit for a little while, but then you had like so much of an issue with the freaking airport trying to get out there, and you're like, well, this isn't even fucking worth it. So I'll just, drive and then spend, but then you're driving your own vehicle, so you're spending, your own diesel, your
Wear
own
and
oil,
tear.
yeah, all that shit on your vehicle that the company does. I mean, they do, like, they give you like a per diem, right?
yeah, per diem. And I'm a welder, so my truck gets paid by the hour too. And that rig pay is supposed to reimburse your oil and stuff like that.
But does it?
No.
Yeah, like it's, yeah. It's,
You put fuel in your truck with it. That's it.
yeah. And you're like, okay, well,
And your welding machine, but that's it.
Yeah, I always think it's crazy how pipeliners. So it's funny because people who don't know about that when they go to like get that job, well, I can go work out there and make 3 times what I'm doing here. It's like, yeah, but you're going to spend a shitload just to maintain having.
Yeah,
that
that's
job.
the part nobody shows you is the maintaining that lifestyle is expensive in itself.
But what I think is crazy interesting is like economically though how much they spend or how much like the local area will just jack up like its grocery prices and fuel prices and everything. And they're like that's got to be frustrating as hell because you're going out there and then like you're making a good chunk of money and then you have to spend a good chunk of money. Then like you come home and gas is half of what it is out there and you're like, well, what the fuck?
Like at the gas station in the morning, if I don't fix my own breakfast or lunch, which I rarely do, I'll go to the gas station, I'll fill the truck up and the machine. That's probably $55. Give or take every other day I spend that on fuel. And I'll go in, I'll get breakfast, I'll get lunch, and probably a snack because you never know if you're going to be held till after dinner time. And then your drinks, your ice and water for the day. It's nothing to spend $30 every morning just on groceries for that day.
Like, well, see, and that's just it because you're buying it at the convenience store, so they're gonna sell that shit at a fucking premium. Like, but out here, $30 from groceries, you spend it right. That's a week's worth of food, and that's lunch and supper.
Absolutely.
Because you get your lunch shit, and then you get your supper shit, and you spend $30-$40, and that's 1 week. But that's 1 day, and that's like I just always think it's crazy how because I know people that work in staffing, and then like in this area, they have a hard time keeping people like electricians and welders and plumbers and all that shit. And I'm just gonna go out and work at fucking Midland and make all this shitload of money. And then like 3 weeks later, like, hey man, it's not really what it was cracked up to be. Like it's not for everyone.
Like if you don't have a camper to stay in, you got to stay in a hotel or what's called a man camp. And the man camp will provide all your meals, but it's like $120 every night to stay at a man camp. And most companies per diem is only $100.
So you're cutting into your paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely. You're cutting in big time into your paycheck to stay at a man camp.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do people usually not stay in that for too long? Or?
They're typically set up. A lot of people don't do it personally, but if they work for a company, like say it's a truck driver and the truck driving company pays for his man camp stay.
Oh, okay.
Like they're set up normally to ream companies out of money.
Really?
Because I can't afford to stay at a man camp. That's just insane.
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
So yeah, they try to get the company bill to pay for it rather than paying
Yeah,
that
the company will pay for it.
But I mean, really, if you think about like while you do work for like a specific company, you can change that, but for all intents and purposes, you're more or less self-employed.
Yeah,
because you're
pretty
like
much. I run my own truck.
Yeah.
I do my own thing. They just tell me what to weld on. I'll weld on
and you're 100% financially responsible because they're like it would be different, like a lot of if you worked for like a plumber, an AC, or a welding area out here. It's like no, we have all the tools. You just got to get to work.
Yep.
Well, no, but here, you got to get to work and bring all your own shit. Well, how much is that going to cost? Oh, about $20,000.
Yep.
And it's like, well, what the hell? And then so you really don't even start making money until you're like 6 months into it because you got to pay all that shit off.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like the machine I started with was a 1967 model.
Oh shit!
Cost me about $4,000, and I put another $1,000 in it, just fixing it up to where I can work with it. And one day she's just being ornery and caught on fire in the bed of my truck.
You're just like,
I didn't have a fire extinguisher.
That's fucking terrifying.
I managed to save it, but it would have been more to fix it up than it was worth. So I just got a new one, and a new weld machine is almost $16,000.
Oh my god!
And that's your typical college tuition around here. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm $13,000 in debt. That's less than a welding machine.
That's
is it a
7.5 Ford Rangers.
Pretty much, yeah. Hey man, $1,500 gets you where you need to go. Damn it.
But
God,
yeah, it is a Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a heterosexual, so I weld with the Lincoln Electric weld machine. Miller, don't get me started on Millers.
Wait, what? I didn't know that there was even like a competitor there.
Yeah.
So is like Miller just like a shit brand or?
No, they're actually good weld machines. It's just it goes back to the old school days. In the 60s and 70s, Miller, their weld machine was just twice the size of a Lincoln. And they were just ginormous, these big old machines, so nobody used them.
For the same amount of power?
Yeah, it's the same amount of power. I think the early ones used the same engine as the Lincoln one did, but their generator was just insanely massive.
Yeah.
So they got a real bad rep, and it's still hanging on today. Like, you'll see a lot of Lincoln weld machines, instead of Lincoln Electric, they'll say Miller Killer.
Really?
Yeah, so some of the newer guys like my age, they're buying these new Millers and they'll put like John Wilkes Booth on it or something. Lincoln Killer.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty funny about a murdered president. Anyway. No, but one thing that I do kind of find it really interesting is just like I love having personal responsibility, and I think that's why I live on my own and everything. I don't like having other people having to help me out financially, but I do think that it's really interesting how it's, with all that personal responsibility, you get like a shitload of freedom in your job. Mm-hmm. However, you don't show up to work, you don't get fucking paid, you don't get to keep your job.
Right.
But for the most part, as long as all your stuff's in PPE, you can pretty much wear whatever you want. You can work, you can build your schedule just about any way that you want to, within some reason. You can drive whatever kind of vehicle you want. You can use whatever tools you're comfortable with. Because a lot of places, it's like, oh, you got a job. Like, here's your work shirt. Here's your work van. Here's the tools we have to supply. It's like, hey, these wrenches fucking suck ass. Can we get, some Snap-ons or something? They're like, well, we can't really pay for that. It's like, well, do you want me to do the job right, or do you want me to keep coming back here?
Absolutely. The freedom to do what you want at your job is really nice. I get to see different scenery every day. Like if I go out to a pipeline, we'll lay that little section line, and we'll just keep moving on down. And I never look at the same stuff throughout the week. It's always different. If I was stuck in a cubicle or something like that, I couldn't take it.
It sucks. Granted, I wish I had a better job. I don't hate my job necessarily, but I do like it. But I am in an office, so it's a lot of it. It's like, oh, Tuesday was the same shit as Monday was. It's just how it is sometimes. But it pays the bills. So and
when I go into work, I never know what I'm going to get into. Whether I'm a rig welder. I'm not necessarily a pipeliner, but I do pipeline work. But sometimes they'll make me weld on a tractor or a track hoe bucket or just fixing equipment. We were slow. We didn't have no pipeline work a few weeks ago. I spent a whole week just fixing the company lowboy trailers for 18-wheelers. Still getting paid the same amount of money, not having to pass X-ray or PT or none of the quality control stuff.
Yeah, you're just repairing trailers.
Just fixing all the crack-to-hell trailers that are bouncing down these roads.
Yeah, so what's crazy is it's funny that you bring it up because I would have never even thought that you need to work on trailers You know, but like considering that you're doing like working on these right-of-ways and dirt roads that are like 15 miles long, that shit's gonna get tore up real bad.
Don't get me wrong. 90% of what I do is welding pipe and pipelines, but that other 10% is just off the wall stuff like little pipe supports or building little overhangs. Last year we built a overhang building for all the supervisors' Harleys to go park under because they go ride Harleys on Sundays.
Damn.
Yep.
Why don't you go join that club?
No.
Why?
That's for kinfolks and cocksuckers, and I'm neither one.
Oh, yeah. So basically, it's like if you know the guy, like if you go to Thanksgiving dinner with the guy, or you're just trying to get his job.
Exactly.
Damn, yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, you won't catch me there.
Well, I never really understood. Like, I think like buying a Harley is like buying Nike. Like you're just buying the name.
They are nice bikes, but a lot of it's brand loyalty.
Yeah, it's like me with Old Milwaukee.
Or me with Shiner.
Or Ford.
Me with Chevy.
Yeah, but not like, and there's nothing wrong with brand loyalty because like I think it helps build like your personal identity or whatever. But when it comes to where it's like, well, I get this Honda Shadow that has the same horsepower and everything for nearly half what the other one costs. Well, this one's American made. Like, no, those parts are also made in Japan or China or wherever the fuck, you know. But oh man, so he has this issue where every time he comes home, he buys a new fucking car. And
Not
granted,
true.
he's got like this pretty good sized car garage, kind of like that Nickelback song where we talk about 15 cars. Like I think he's trying to make that his lifestyle.
Rock star in a welding car, baby.
Right. So let me get this straight. You got a dually Sierra, and that's your work rig, right?
Silverado.
So yeah, it's a Silverado, and then you have a Duramax, and then another Duramax.
Yeah, I have 3 Duramaxes. One of them I recently got on a trade. I got a really good deal on it. One Duramax I've had since high school, and one I recently got for an upgrade for my welding truck.
And you own, what, 3 LS1s?
Somewhere around there.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And then
LS Motors.
What's crazy is like he has like this massive shop, which is amazing. And you can fit all kinds of cool shit in it. It's got all of his tools and shit. But it seems it's like all of his family's just like, hey man, I gotta park this shit here for a couple weeks. You mind if I do it? It's like, yeah, I guess so. I'm not ever fucking home. Is that shit just like, do you ever just like sigh at that?
Yeah, because I walked in there the other day and my cousin had put a new exhaust on his new car, and the old exhaust was just laying in the floor, and I almost tripped on it.
Oh man, I'd be fucked. I would have went and scrapped his catalytic converter out of that shit.
I was thinking about it, but he left the cats on. Yeah, he left the cats on the car.
He just cut out his exhaust, just left the shit. Like, this isn't my shop. This is my shit now, man.
Exactly.
But
take it to the scrapyard.
Did they close that scrapyard over there off of 14?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think they were slinging dope out of it.
I would not. That's most scrapyards, is it not?
Probably so.
So I was my brother's roommate. He does hot shot driving out there towards West Texas and really kind of all over. A lot of times he goes to Houston or whatever. He only works like 3 days a week, but he gets like 50 hours in 3 days.
Yeah, just constant driving.
Yeah, but it's all like a company vehicle and stuff. And he was talking to like his supervisor or some shit. And he was talking about like, yo, so like any women work at this job? He's like, if you come across and you don't want that shit.
No.
And I was like, so are they like all? I was like, so are they like all like fat like hoes? And he was like, that and married, like fat married whores. It's disgusting. Can you confirm?
Welcome to the oil field.
Oh man, that's like I always think it's crazy how like these people will move out their whole family out there because like in the long run it winds up being a little cheaper if you're going to be there for a couple of years.
Sure, because you're not having to maintain 2 households.
Yeah, but why would you want to like bring your whole family that close to your work life when like your work life is it's honestly the Wild West. It's the last bit of the Wild West.
They call it the Thunderdome for a reason.
Because it's like fucking Mad Max out there.
It's bad.
Now, how often do you see a fight?
It's been a while here lately, but the last time I saw a fight, one of our high school buddies got smacked with a tire iron.
Holy shit.
And he took it like a champ and wound up winning.
Damn! He took it. Where'd he take the tires? Like to his head?
Yeah, to the head.
Holy
took the tire
shit!
iron to the head.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It was insane.
Jesus Christ.
He was gone off the Henny, so that probably had shielded him somehow. I don't know.
I guess so. I guess I wasn't at work. That was
No, it was after work, after a crawfish boil.
damn. Guess I got
Temperatures
too
flared.
drunk and somebody said his wife had saggy bitch tits, and then next
Yep.
thing you know, tire irons are flying.
But before all that happened, it got kind of scary because he was really drunk. He had just bought a new gun. He's like, I'm gonna make him taste the cold steel of this 45.
It's like,
Like, golly,
you're like, I'm gonna go back to
Like,
my
yeah.
trailer, so I'm not an accessory to
I'm
murder.
about to have to go, boys.
Yeah, like fuck that shit. Like, I would not want to like work in an environment where like you have to hang out with those kind of people, and it's like, oh, that person might get really drunk, try to kill me. Like,
exactly.
that I could not get paid enough. To
Completely
do that shit.
volatile work environment.
Well, see, and the problem is, like I said, like you work with a bunch of like dumbasses who like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't need no school. I'm just gonna join fuck oil field.
Yep.
It's like,
Only letters I need to know are U.S. and A.
yeah, you're gonna deal with those kind of people for the rest of your life, and then, why would you? I could not work in that kind of environment where it's just that amount of
It's like
aggression.
that Mr. Krabs meme. Why did you do this? Money.
Now, I was gonna ask about, so like I've heard from other people that there's like always drugs out there. Like,
Yeah.
do they even actually drug test?
Yeah, they actually do drug test. But you can get in tight with this. I'm speaking not from experience, but from friends. Heard it from a friend. You can make good friends with the safety guys, and they can kind of sweep it under the rug, or
I only do a bump every once in a
they'll
while.
piss for you or something like that. But just some random. If you're just hiring in for the first time or something, yeah, you're gonna get drug tested, and they do randoms.
Yeah,
But it's one of them things. It's who you know, not what you know.
man, that's like, why? Like it. The more I hear about that job, the more I'm wondering, like, how is there not more dead people?
But it seems like the good hands are on drugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like good music, like, you know.
Yeah. Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Or like Aerosmith was better when they were on heroin.
Oh yeah.
And
It
they
went
got it
downhill.
clean, then they came with Dude Looks Like a Lady, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's like the Beatles, man.
No, they just suck all around, man. Fuck the Beatles.
Shout out
Okay,
Max.
yeah, shout out to Max. Beatles fucking suck. Like this is the problem I have with fucking Beatles. All right, it's the fact that there's like chicks out there like to this day who think that liking the Beatles and watching The Office is a fucking personality trait. Like, no, you're not unique. You know why? Because everybody likes the fucking Beatles. And they're not
Everybody
even
likes
good.
The Office too.
Yeah, it's like oh, I like The Office. Yeah, whoop-de fucking do. Like, the show's funnier than shit. You know, congratulations, but I can't stand that shit. I think you're so fucking cool. Like,
Just
no.
bandwagoning.
I don't know, bandwagoning. And that's why I support a team that fucking sucks right now.
The Giants.
Yeah, New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants.
Completely awful.
Hey, they've got more Super Bowls in our lifetime than you know. You don't even care about the NFL.
Yes, I do. I was just kidding the other day.
I don't know about that. You
Yeah,
know, old,
I keep up with it.
I don't know. Old Neil's a lot. I think kind of threw you off of the.
Yeah, I did. It struck a nerve.
I mean, I can understand. And
Just like
with,
today. Did you see on the news today?
yeah, how they with the whole fucking.
They pulled the Betsy Ross Nike shoe, which I've never even heard of, but still, American flag, and
Yeah, because
evidently
it's a racist
Kaepernick
symbol.
complains about it, and
Yeah.
they pulled it. Well, that just goes to show, Kaepernick started this about police brutality, so he says, well, is it really about police brutality if the Betsy Ross Nike shoe offended you?
Yeah. I don't think that it offended him. I just think that he's trying to stay relevant because he lost the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then after that, every defense knew exactly what he was going to do. And whichever Harbaugh brother was, like, he left San Francisco. San Francisco's been a fucking dumpster fire ever since. You know? Honestly, I think it's just he's struggling to remain relevant. And with the way that the internet and Twitter and shit is now, like, you can just run away with some crazy shit like that. And then, like, it just... I hate it. I hate it because like people make a living off of being butthurt, and that's the reason why I can't subscribe to anything left.
Yep.
Is because it's so much about how I don't feel that makes me mad right now. It's like but
a month later, just
Yeah.
like you and Elijah were talking about on the last installment of this show, you
this
can't get offended
shithole.
about something a month later that you're perfectly okay with a few weeks before. It's not right.
Well, see, and this is how I feel. there's like being offended is a kind of a rare issue. Like it doesn't happen normally. People don't really get offended that often. Like to where like somebody says something kind of shitty, and then like, oh, like, wow, that's really fucked up. Like, I'd say that, you know, like, you know, I get to drinking. I'm gonna throw some hard R's out there.
No, you're
not proud of it, but it's gonna happen.
No, you're not.
And then, you know, if somebody's like, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. You know, you racist asshole. Like, okay, that's fair. But don't come back at me like a week later and say that shit. You got to say like right then and there, because otherwise it doesn't count.
Being offended is the cool thing these days.
Yeah. And people are choosing to be offended. You know how much fucking effort it takes just to stay pissed off about something?
Oh, absolutely.
It's not worth it.
If I get upset, it ruins my whole day. So
yeah, like
I could imagine that being a personality, like just pissed all the time.
just pissed off, like to where like. And the crazy thing is that like what the mainstream media said that like the people that voted for Trump are gonna do, like riot in the streets and burn shit down and all that. That's what the far left is doing.
Absolutely.
You know, because all the people who voted for Trump got to get up and go to work the next day.
Right.
And nobody ever wants to. And I'm not like a super big Trump fan. I'm really not.
Me either. I didn't support him or Hillary Clinton. I didn't even. I voted for Gary Johnson.
Wow.
Phil the Johnson.
Fucking. God dang it.
Well, I saw the wolf in sheep's clothing and Trump behind the gun control stuff. And
I just saw the wolf in Hillary Clinton.
yeah, that's true, or the jackass.
Yeah.
Either way. Like, Trump has passed more gun control, I guess, bills, legislation than President Obama ever did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was, you know, like, you know, well, granted, I think there's been a lot more shootings in Trump's presidency.
I don't think so. I mean, you got to think. Obama was in for 8 years. Trump's been in for 3 so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the facts in front of me.
8 to 3. That's
but I do know that Trump's pulled like a lot of that like gun control stuff, and then there's like a lot of people who are like supported him, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, it's okay. Like,
yeah, just a bootlicker. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a great job.
Economically speaking. Holy shit, I can't even complain about that.
Foreign diplomacy speaking.
Yeah.
So
didn't
far,
bomb
so
Iran.
good. Yeah, we didn't bomb Iran. North Korea, first president to step over the DMZ line.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, my great uncle did that. He fought in Korea. He did. Never talked about it.
He wasn't a sitting president.
Yeah, he was not a sitting president. He was just, you know, in an active combat role in the United States Army in 1952. But, you know, whatever. he had my dad was telling me about that. He was like, yeah, my uncle Stan. So yeah, my uncle Stan. He had a naked lady tattooed on his arm. I was like, why? He's like, yeah, you fight in combat, you give it the fuck you want put on you. I was like, hey, you got a point there.
True that.
See, like I don't have any tattoos, and it's not because I'm like, oh, tattoos are trashy. Like, granted, 90% of tattoos are fucking trashy. Like, because
I feel that.
Because people don't spend the appropriate amount of money to get like artwork put on them. They're just like, I want to get, you know, a fucking barbed wire around my arm with my girlfriend's name in it. Like, you're a fucking moron. You know, like
yee, brother.
Yeah, amen. Lord, forgive me for this dip I'm about to pack.
I refuse to sink with an anchor.
Oh my god. Oh my! I remember making fun of her, and then she got okay. So there was this broad we went to high school with, and like she turned 18 midway through her senior year, and she got an anchor, like an anchor tattoo,
a boat anchor.
Yeah, which are like super popular at the time, like those kind of like that, and like bird wings and feathers and shit.
Yeah, dandelion.
Yeah, but
that's the infinity stones for a basic white girl.
For real. But yeah, but she got this anchor tattooed on her, and then around it, she got inscripted, I refuse to sink.
Like, you know what anchors do, right?
Like, that's an anchor's entire purpose of existing is to fall to the ocean.
Like, do you know what kind of dilemma that anchor is in? He's going through some spiritual stuff.
Like, nah, bitch, you should have got a buoy tattooed on you. That would have made more sense.
Or a boat.
Something. Not the Titanic. I don't think that would have worked out with the tattoo that very well either. But yeah, the reason
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
go
but
ahead.
Did you know, to this day, the Titanic's pool is still full of water?
God damn it. No, what's crazy to me, like with the tattoos, though, is like, just so many of them are trashy, and you just see so many bad decisions made when, you know. But the reason why I don't have one is because, like, I don't think there's anything that, like, I want to hold myself to for, like, the rest of my life on my body. I did tell myself, though, if Eli Manning wins me a third Super Bowl, I'm gonna get a number 10 tattooed on me somewhere. 3 Eli Manning. We got one more year, baby.
That's wild. Well, as much as I like to see that tattooed on you, I hope that never happens. I hope the New York Football Giants never win another Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Oh man, that's fucked up, dog. Granted, I'd say the same thing for the Cowboys. Can't say. Hey, y'all got Jason Witten now.
Cowboys got it this year. Yeah. Mark my words.
God, I wish.
We them boys.
Like I'm a pretty optimistic fan. I really am, especially now since we got rid of OBJ. But I'm a really optimistic fan.
That was our best player.
No, he was not. Oh my God, he's an awful teammate. But like, I wish I had like half of the amount of optimism that Cowboys fans have. Because every year is y'all's year.
We got it this
every year. It's like we're back. We're like it's 1995.
We went 6-10 last year. Yeah. Like, come on.
Dak just got it. Like Zeke only got arrested in Las Vegas. Like, you know, here's Saquon Barkley getting arrested. He's just out here working out and raising his kid.
It was just domestic violence. It's okay.
Yeah, you know what running back doesn't do domestic violence now?
What Dallas Cowboy running back doesn't do domestic
Kansas
violence?
City.
Yeah.
Just anybody on Kansas City.
I was surprised the Cowboys didn't sign that old boy.
Oh God, yeah, he went to did he go to the Browns?
I think so, but don't write me down for it.
And I love how like everybody's gaslighting the Browns right now, like because. Remember back when we were like in middle school, elementary school, and they like when the Eagles signed like all those big name talents and they fucking sucked?
Yeah.
Same thing's gonna happen to the Browns.
No, to be honest, I don't think the Browns are gonna be bad because they have been rebuilding since our senior year in high school. I became a pretty soft-core Browns fan when they drafted Johnny Manziel.
Fucking hell.
That's probably my first official football jersey.
Well, no, you had a Jason Witten jersey.
I mean, like not a cheap jersey. It was a nice like NFL, like you're wearing now, NFL Johnny Manziel jersey.
Yeah, because it was pretty sick.
It was dope. It was one of my graduation presents, and that didn't go anywhere. And the last few years,
he went to Canada.
Yeah,
I met his cousin.
For real?
Yeah, he came in to my work and he rented a trailer for a vacation, and his last name is Manziel. And I was like, any relation? He was like, depends. He was like, what do you think? I said, well, I'm a Longhorns fan, so. And he was like, I just don't see how that one guy could have the whole world handed to him, and he just pisses it all away. All of it, he was like, granted, being the complete center, of like the entire football universe for like 3 years, that's got to be a lot on you. But
he rebuilt the Aggies football program. Look at that nice new field they got.
That I will give him that. I honestly, I think Kyle Field is the biggest stadium in the state of Texas.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Like I think it's bigger than Jerry World.
Damn, I don't think so.
Yeah. Jerry World really isn't that big. MetLife Stadium is actually bigger, but that's because MetLife is it's right next to New York City, the real fucking city.
Yeah, and they share with the Knicks, right?
Jets
and the Nets.
Asshole.
They don't play basketball in there too?
No.
Oh.
They play that at the fucking Madison Square Garden. It's also where the Rangers play.
How was I supposed to know?
The New York Hockey Rangers, not the
Texas Rangers.
No, not them.
The baseball team.
R.I.P. Globe Life Park.
That AC though, that's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be nice because I was at Globe Life and I was in the shade, but it was hot enough to drink a beer. It was hot enough to not want to drink a beer, but not so hot to where I couldn't pack me a fatty. Let me tell you, I'm saying like dip is fucking disgusting. Like snuff is nasty. What's really good though, plug tobacco.
Levi Garrett.
Dude, I love Levi Garrett plug. Too bad you can't have like a dipping podcast. I mean, I guess you could, but
Patang. Need to get a spittoon in here.
Mud jug.
Patang. Let's spit it across the room.
Dude, I can't do that.
Yeah, I'd throw up.
Hey,
Most of the guys I work with dip. My helper dips, gets it all in my truck. It's so nasty.
Yeah, then like you get in your truck and you ain't even been in it like all day and it just smells like somebody took like a piss in a can of Copenhagen. And you're like, that's real fucking cool. Thanks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but like, because like dip just hurts and it's like makes like it's too strong of a scent. It makes you want to throw up. But like chew just tastes like spicy raisins.
Yeah, it is spicy raisins.
But then she's
and it
always
doesn't
like,
make me dizzy.
yeah, and then it just makes you feel better about life. And then she's always like, that's so disgusting. And I'm like, I'm not trying to French kiss you with a fatty end, unless you're into that. You know, but
Swap and dip.
swap. Ooh, oh my God, oh God, like why would you do that? I mean, granted, something for everything, right? But
Alabama, buddy.
I was talking to Alabama.
Roll Tide.
I was talking to my boss the other day, and we were talking about. I don't even know what even brought it up, but. Yeah, it was we somehow we got talking about like 50 Shades of Grey or some shit.
Oh God!
And I was like, I don't understand why people were like having sex, and then they were like, "Hey man, you know what's gonna make this way better? Like what? Like spending a bunch of money on shit that's gonna make it really uncomfortable."
And inconvenient.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how about you take that baling twine and just wrap it around my ball sack till it's purple? Like, who the fuck thought that would be a good idea? Like,
stick this red ball gag in your mouth and
Yeah.
just like not breathe around it.
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
real nice.
or just like, hey, like I do not understand the point of anal beads. Can you, like, what? Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Ask your mother.
Wow. Fuck. Oh my God.
Like a lawnmower pull starter.
Just like a kind of. But it's like, why do you gotta put it, like, you just shove them in there and pull them out? Like, what good does that do?
Evidently, the male G spot is up in there.
You know, I have been. Everything's been working perfectly fine without any anal penetration. I don't need. Once again, things are working just fine. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, everybody involved is everything's running fine.
Don't knock it till you tried it, bud.
I'm gonna. I guess just refrain from speaking about that because, like, I've never been like wiping my ass and like, hey, let me just go a little deeper. Like.
God.
What I want to know is, like, who was the first person to find that? And then, like, how did he convince other people?
Bro, you're not going to believe this, but...
And then they're like, well, how did you figure that out? Like...
No homo.
Yeah, like, no homo, but it was with a dude. Like, how do you even... And I don't have a problem with the homo part of it. But that's just too much. It's just
Yeah.
kind of glad Pride Month is over because it's kind of funny how, like, on July 1st and 2nd, like, every single company drops the rainbow logo because, you know, it's no longer profitable.
Mm-mm.
And
They
then,
pick up the American flag and whore it off.
except for Nike.
Yeah, except for Nike.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Adidas came out with, like, an all-American tracksuit, just, like, Star-Spangled everything, you know? And just because, like, everything, like, Nike does, Adidas does the opposite. And honestly... Adidas shoes are just more comfortable.
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing some right now.
Oh yeah, like they're better, and they're typically like $5 to $10 cheaper.
Oh, yeah, they're cheaper.
And they're gonna last you a lot longer. Like I do not like Nikes. It's like walking on planks, personally. That's just me though.
Chinamen don't make shoes like they used to.
I guess not. The funny thing is, the guy who founded Adidas was a member of the Nazi Party because. Seriously, I looked this up. Like, no bullshit. You can look this shit up. He was a member of the Nazi Party, but if you think about it, if you want to be a business owner in Nazi Germany, you had to be a member of the Nazi Party.
Right. That
Like,
makes sense.
Like, he actually, like, because he helped, like, the mayor of his town was a Jew, and he, like, helped him out, like, letting him know, like, the Gestapo was going to come and shit like that. So he actually he didn't get acquitted at the Nuremberg trials,
But he wasn't charged.
Yeah. Yeah, like, all the charges were, like, dropped or whatever. Which is kind of neat, and he was able to continue to keep his business. Because a lot of, like, fervent Nazi business owners, like, lost their right to own a business in the new occupied Germany. But, you know, that's what happens when you know, fucking destroy an entire continent in 5 years, you assholes.
Right.
And then you got people kneeling on the flag. How dare they?
Jerks.
Like, I just don't think that that's really the time or place to do something like that.
No.
You know what I mean? And you're essentially at work.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? It's like, I'm not going to go to the titty bar in my work shirt. Thought about it as a moment of protest, but all the titty bars around here fucking suck.
True that.
Like, honestly, I
You
want
see
to...
people you know from high school, and it makes it really awkward.
Well, there was that Mac Miller line, hit the strip club, see some hoes that I went to school with. There's actually a couple girls we went to school with that work at the one off of 155.
Time out.
Just, like, honestly, they should just rename that fucking thing Skanks, because that's all it is. It's a BYOB titty bar. Like, what? They ever just walk up my 6-pack of Bud Light, see some sag tits, like, woo! Like, why would you pay a $30 cover fee? And I do not understand going to
$30 to go in there.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I'm sure it ain't cheap though. I'm sure it's like at least $15. I have no idea. But I never understood the idea of going to a strip club because you're just going to get blue balls, go home, watch porn, and jerk off. I was going to do the whole last half of that for free anyway. Like that part hasn't changed. Why not just save the money, just go to the grocery store, watch cartoons, and drink beer. And then you start watching hentai.
That's for another episode.
2D women are superior to 3D women.
But if you have a body pillow, isn't that technically 4D?
Is it? I
don't know.
But no, it's funny because
asking for a friend. Looking at you, Robbie Plowbill.
What's funny is like I got I know someone who's married, and he was like, "Man, I just want to get a body pillow." And she was like, "You have a wife?" He's like, "I can have a wife and a waifu." And I'm like, "How are you still married? Like, why has she not left you for
really
someone?"
Happen?
Yes, that actually happened. I guarantee it. And I was like, "Dude, what do you?"
You got a real body pillow right here.
Yeah, like
the woman you married.
Yeah, like she's actual human, not fucking nylon. You asshole. But whatever. Like you can actually put your penis in. I mean, granted, I guess you can do both.
Yeah.
But one of them's, gonna lay there like a pillow, and the other one's an actual body pillow. Heyo.
Feels bad.jpg.
Isn't there just anything worse when she's just not into it, but she's just letting you plow away, and you're just like, I'll just finish myself. You just
no comment. I don't know. I don't have that problem. I'm waiting for marriage. Oh, we gotta cut that out. I used your name on accident.
Son of a bitch. Okay, we'll bleep it. We can fix it in post. It's like every episode we always get one slip up, but that's okay.
You said my name earlier, so
I did. Oh, we can fix it. You just have to show me where it was. I don't know. But man, I'm telling you, wearing a leather mask on during sex, like I want to see what's going on. I'm trying to see them dirty bags.
Tig old bitties.
Tig old bitties. Like I was telling Salad on the other episode, man. Some people like the big titty goth girl. Some people like the small titty goth girl. Everybody likes the goth girl. I'm just saying, the amount of Rule 34 Teen Titans material there is out there centering around Raven is unethical. And you know how much I've seen? All of it.
Is that on Shad Base?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you don't know what Shad Base is, never go there.
Actually, no, do it at work in a non-private browser. Just open that shit up. Just full screen that bitch. It's amazing, the shit that you'll find. It's disgusting. Don't get on Shad Base. Don't. Some of you sick bastards are going to look that shit up now, aren't you?
That's nasty.
It is, but man, let me tell you, he knows what he's doing with drawing shit. Like I said, 2D women are superior to 3D women.
Excuse me.
Oh man, that's just ridiculous though. I'm just still thinking about like all like the fighting that happens. Like if there was like a fight at like my workplace or like with people that like I work with, they wouldn't work there anymore. Like even if it was like outside a company,
right?
Like off of work hours. But I guess they're hurting for people who know what the hell they're doing, so they just keep whoever.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff's kind of overlooked. Like most of the time, it's good buddies that are fighting anyways, and they just get over it and they keep working together.
That's fair. Would you say that the people who work on a rig are the worst, though?
I can't say that because I've never worked on a drilling rig, but I do know I have real close friends that work on drilling rigs that have issues with people, coworkers. Like I hear stories all the time, but the friends I have aren't that bad, but the people they work with are really bad off. Like one of my close friends works on a drilling rig, and he's actually been in a fight on a drilling rig before with a coworker, and they ended up firing the coworker.
Oh man, that's like I mean, and the thing is, like, if you're more focused on being a jackass and doing your job done properly, like, other people can get hurt.
Well, people like that are just all about the yee lifestyle,
Which is disgusting.
They got the jacked up trucks and the oil field sticker,
the fuck fight well pop,
salt life. Like we don't even live near an ocean. Like, do you know what soft life is, dude? Like, we're 8 hours from Galveston, man.
And that's not even the good beach.
Yeah, you can't even fish at Galveston. I mean, you can, but that's not salt life. Chill out on that.
I never understood the whole, just that it's a whole. I mean, it is a lifestyle to want to work out there, but like, how do you expect to have like a family or friends or really anything?
It's tough. It's a balance beam like everything else.
I guess so. I just like coming home.
Yeah, me too. But it goes by way too fast.
Yeah, I can see that. But man, like, I just think that's it. Like, I don't have anything against pipeliners, like, because they do a service that we all need as an economy. It makes us a stronger economy, and it's something, nothing wrong with that. It's just, why does so many of them got to be a fucking jackass about their job? Like you could just spot him from a mile away, like, oh, he works on where he does some kind of oil field job, because he's always like, oh, fuck, you saved me? What the fuck? Like, dude, we're at fucking Chili's, man.
The Oakley
Chill out.
gas cans and the skull ring in the back.
Yeah.
The American Fighter shirt.
Yeah. I always think it's funny how it's like I've never seen a pipeliner that doesn't have just like jacked fucking arms and just like massive beer gut. It's like, I'm gonna get an American Fighter shirt and gonna have my gut hairs hanging out the bottom.
Tribal tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, chill out, dude.
It's like,
Chad.
Yeah.
The hell.
You see this cross I got on my arm? I ain't been to church in 16 years, but I love Jesus.
Chill out, dude. We're in an Applebee's in the parking lot. Like, calm down.
Fucking eat cigarettes for breakfast.
And they're wise. Pipeline honey, spending pipeline money.
Oh my god! They're like, I've never seen like a hot pipeline wife. They're always they're always like 60 pounds overweight and wearing way too little clothing. Just too many kids. And they're like, and they're the ones that are like the Little League baseball game. Let's go, Braden. Braden ain't a fucking name. Just name him like Michael or something. What is it?
David.
What is it with these pipeline famous that come with like Caden and Braylon and Brayley and Braxton and that shit? Like, those are sounds you jam together. Quit speaking Section 8. Look up the Bible for a real fucking name.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that shit. I cannot stand that shit.
We need more Steves.
Yeah, just like Steve. What's wrong with Jim? Jim's a normal fucking name. But no, we gotta make up some bullshit because it sounds cool.
Creed.
Oh man, I can't like don't get me wrong, I love living in the United States. However, there are just some aspects of just like American culture that's fucking abhorrent. It's like, no wonder everybody fucking hates us, because we're fat assholes.
What about that one name? I think it's Nevaeh. It's heaven spelled backwards. It's like, come on now.
Wait.
You've never seen that?
No.
Yeah, it's heaven spelled backwards. I think the pronunciation is Nevaeh, but I might be just butchering that. I have no idea, but it's bad.
They just make heaven and like, I knew a girl named Heaven, and she was rather skanky, which I thought like the irony was appalling. But
that's too much.
Well, she was.
That didn't stop you from dating her.
I did not.
That's debatable.
Granted, I wasn't into fat chicks back then. So.
Going off the deep end here.
He gets beer and a half in him, and he's ranting about fat women. I'm just saying, like
it's like in West Texas. If you ain't 280, you ain't a lady.
That there big trucking and wife cucking, man.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I would never cheat on my significant other ever.
Right. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just break up with them.
Right. Some of the cats my coworkers have cheated on their significant others with, it's like, holy crap, dude. Are you serious right now?
This is like 2s and 3s.
Like, you wouldn't rather go over to that cactus over there on break and just give it the
rub your
old college
dick in
try? Yeah. Like, come on, man. At least you won't catch an STD from a cactus.
Yeah, so you might get some prickly dick, but you'll be all right.
Sheesh.
It's like, hey, man, you see that scorpion nest over there? Why don't you just go run your dick in that? Honestly, the level of danger is about the same. Either way, you're going to get dick rot. If you ain't 280, you ain't a lady. That's
true.
Fucking hilarious.
That holds true. And one of my, not close friends, but one of my acquaintances at work, he made a point the other day. If there's 2 Mexican ladies selling burritos on the side of the road, and one of them looks like your abuela, your grandma, the other one's probably your age and has a big behind and fake blonde hair, you buy burritos from the old lady. Because the younger ladies' burritos are gonna suck.
Really?
Yes. The old person's burritos, top notch.
It'll be top notch.
Oh yeah.
But I guarantee you, they're gonna have the same amount of sales.
No. The younger one's gonna get all the sales. The old woman not gonna get very many sales. But I promise you, her product's top notch. I know this from experience.
I will keep that in mind. Why is that a thing with like Hispanic women like dyeing their hair blonde?
I don't know. It intrigues me. I think, like George Lopez said, when a Mexican family makes over $100,000 a year, they're Spanish. They're not Mexican anymore.
I always think that's funny how there's minorities are always complaining about like how white people this, white people that. Then why are you always trying to imitate us?
You're so stupid.
You know, like having both parents in the household and
shout out to my parents are divorced.
Yeah. You know, I'm just saying. If white people are the devil, why do you want to imitate us? And like, here's another thing where it's like, you know what? You know, if you're tired of being on the bottom rung in society, you know, tell you what, why don't you just go have your country take over some other country and colonize them? Then you can make fun of people.
There you go.
That's all I'm saying.
But then that makes you the bad guy because you took their land.
Does it? Well, most of the Native Americans are dead from disease.
Right.
So.
Guess what? The conquerors get to make the history books. They write what happened.
Well, see, but you can take that one step too far, then that's like, well, were the Nazis really the bad guys? I'm not advocating that, but I know people that advocate it.
Are you a Holocaust denier?
No.
But was it really 6 million?
Fucking hell. I never understood that argument. Was it really 6 million? Like, yes, like there's actual documents that would prove it. So that was just Soviet propaganda.
There's documents that said President Obama wasn't born in Hawaii, but he was born in Kenya.
That is true.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Hey man, have you ever tried DMT?
This is not that podcast.
My bad.
Granted, I am bald, but I'm not that ripped.
This is practice for that. I'm gonna make that podcast one day.
One of these days, be on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
I like Joe Rogan. He's actually a reason because I liked his shows. I liked how he was had a guest on. He's always had really good guests on his shows.
Like Elon Musk. Is that how you say his name?
Elon.
It's
Musk.
not Elon.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons though why I wanted to do this show was because there's the H3 podcast. It's like with Ethan Klein.
Haven't heard it.
Well, he fucking sucks. Like the dude, and I saw like that fat fucking faggot making his show.
You know what? If he could do it,
yeah, like if he could do it, I can do it. And I'm like, I'm not even that good at this shit, and here I am doing it, and nobody listens to it. But that's fine. You gotta start somewhere. Just saying.
Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be as big as the Joe Rogan Experience.
Maybe so. Call it the Whisky Dan Radio Show. Oh wait, that's what it is. Welcome to the show. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up because I think I'm getting a little inebriated. My face hurts, so. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to the Whisky Dan Radio Show. If you'd like to write into the show or you got any topics you'd like for us to suggest, please write in to whiskydanradio@gmail.com. Or if you want to DM me some feet pics, man, you help your old boy Whisky Dan out.
Text them to 281-330-8004.
Hit Whisky Dan up on the low. It's Whisky Dan about to blow. Look, if you ain't listening to H-Town music, frankly, what the fuck you doing with your life?
Right, chop and screw.
Yeah, I
Baby.
mean, you gotta chop these boys up. But do you have any closing remarks for the listeners?
I hope you don't find this the most boring Whiskey Dan radio show episode. Hopefully it'll be better than the first few.
Well, I was hoping that we kind of deviate from the whole dicks and tits that we normally dive into on this show. I think 3 episodes of that in a row is enough.
Yeah.
I think we need to take a break. It's nice to have constructive conversation about work, which is something
Right.
everyone does.
Yeah.
So rather than just like, you like her tits, like, nah, man. What about her tits? Like,
Oh yeah.
man. Yeah. But
Which we'll probably do that after the episode.
yeah, we'll probably talk about some titties because, but the problem is that like we know too many of the same people, so we can't really talk about it too much. But at any rate, thank you again for tuning into the show. Thank you for having Outlaw on the show, and we will see y'all in a couple days with a new episode.
Don't let your meatloaf. Penis.